did historic landmark laws finally pass? Imagine losing a building that tells a story about your community or country. It's a feeling many people shared as historic sites were torn down for new development. These feelings pushed citizens, activists, and lawmakers to act. Over time, they realized protecting these places was about more than just buildings. It was about preserving identity and history for future generations. In the United States, the push for national preservation laws grew stronger after World War II. Cities were rapidly changing, and many historic buildings were being demolished to make way for new projects. People started noticing that without rules, historic sites could disappear without warning. A big wake-up call came with the 1966 report called "With Heritage So Rich." It showed that many historic buildings had already been lost, and warned that more could go if nothing changed. This report helped build support for federal action. The government responded by creating the National Historic Preservation Act, which was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson on October 15, 1966. This law was a major step because it set up a national system to identify, protect, and manage historic places. It created the National Register of Historic Places and the list of National Historic Landmarks. It also set up state historic preservation offices in each state to coordinate efforts locally. The law was based on ideas many liberals believe in. It shows that government has a role in protecting shared resources and cultural heritage. The law requires federal agencies to check if their projects might harm historic sites. This process is called Section 106 review. It means any project using federal money or permits must be reviewed and, if needed, adjusted to avoid damaging important places. Public input is part of this process, giving communities a say. The law also set up the Historic Preservation Fund, which provides grants to states and tribes to help with preservation projects. The Advisory Council on Historic Preservation was created to advise the President and Congress on preservation issues. These steps show a belief that government should invest in protecting history and that communities should be involved in decisions. In practice, these laws give historic sites legal recognition and some protection from destruction. Property owners and local governments can nominate sites for listing, which triggers review processes. While being listed doesn't stop all changes, it makes sure impacts on historic character are considered. Local laws often go further, creating historic districts and design review boards to oversee changes. From a liberal point of view, passing these laws was about using government power to serve the public good. It's about recognizing that some things are too important to leave to private owners alone. The laws reflected a belief that protecting history benefits everyone, educating, inspiring, and connecting communities. The process also shows how grassroots concerns, expert advice, and documented needs can lead to meaningful change. Overall, historic landmark laws finally passed because of a mix of public concern, detailed reports, and a shared understanding that preserving history is a responsibility worth taking on.